Hey Eric, it's Mom. Today I'm going to teach you how to sew a button onto a shirt really quickly and easily. Okay, so let's say you're heading out the door and you notice that a button is missing on your shirt. What we're going to do is find a replacement button and fix that. So where do you get the replacement button? Sometimes the manufacturers have a replacement button sewn in on the inside. That's not the case here. Sometimes they have one attached to the tag. That's not the case here. There's no replacement button here in the shirt. So what you'd have to do in that case is run to like a CVS or a Walgreens and buy something like a sewing kit like this. And you see it comes with buttons in it. So those buttons that it comes with, and that it comes with needles that are pre-threaded, so that'll save you some time. I'm going to pick this needle, which has the pink thread, obviously not what you'd use in real life, but in order to show it to you on the video, I'm figuring this might be the best choice. So I'm going to take that out, and then I'm going to see the buttons they have here that are included in the kit, and I'm going to take one of these out. And you can see it's not an exact match for this, but it is similar, okay? So if you had this situation and this button isn't exact and you feel like it doesn't even look that similar, what you might do is, since it's down here in this case, it doesn't matter, but let's say you lost this button all the way up here, then you might want to remove the button from down here, put it up here so this part of you looks great, and you could just have the replacement button down here. Okay, so for now, I do have the original button that was here, so I'm going to use it so that I have the same kind. So where do you start sewing your new button? In this case, where the button came off, you can still see there the threads of the old leftover button, so you can see exactly where you would start sewing. But let's say that wasn't there, you didn't see anything. I mean, you pretty much always will because those little holes are there. But let's say you didn't for some reason. Then what you would do is you would line up your existing buttons and you would see where this one, you would button them up really, and you'd have them all in place. You'd see where this hole lines up. Just take a pencil and just go ever so slightly here in the center and mark right there. And then you'd see that that's where your button should go. Okay? Now, let's start sewing our button. We're just going to place it there where it should be. And you have this pre-threaded ribbon, pre-threaded needle. And what I'm going to do, you can see that in this case, it's kind of like double threaded. The thread is like double thick. And the reason they do this is if you needed a much longer piece of thread, you could pull one side and you could, I don't know how well you can see that. You could pull one side and then have a really long piece of thread now. Or you could make them even like it was and you can have a double thread. And I think for right now, if it were me fixing a button really quickly, I would just go ahead and leave it on double thread because I just want to be quick and have it be strong. So first thing you need to do is create a knot at the bottom of your thread. The way that I do this is I just kind of lick my fingers and then I grab the thread, I wrap it around once and I just roll it between my index finger and my thumb, and it just kind of gets bunched up. And then I kind of pull at it, and you can see that just by doing that, I got a little knot. I don't know if you can see the knot there. Okay, so that's it. It took like a second and I got a knot. Didn't have to do anything complicated again. I just kind of wrapped it around my finger, and then I just went like, and then pulled it like that. Okay, so now, here we go. I'm going to actually try to move this down and see if this is easier. Okay. We've got Here we've got our old buttonholes, so I really am just going to use them because that's what I would do in real life. I'm going to go through one of the old buttonholes right there. And you can see this is a 4-hole button. Most of them are. And I'm just going to place my button right there on top of it. That hole that I went through is the top right one, so I'm going through the top right hole on the button as well. I'm just going to pull up. Then when I go down, I'm going diagonal. So you see, that's where I started, top right, where I came out. And then where I'm going in is just diagonally bottom left. And I just pull it through. That's it, that's the first step right there. And then I'm gonna go up. This time I'm going from bottom right and pull up and go down on the top left. So basically what I've done is just create an X. Do you see that X? And I'm just going to do that again. I'm going to repeat it a few times. The needle doesn't always come up exactly where I want it to, but wherever it comes up, I just go down diagonally. And I'm just going to push it up again. I'm going to try not to go, in the exact same hole, just because I want the button to be secured on all sides. So now I've done 2 X's. Oh, do you see that? The needle came up all the way over here, totally nowhere near my button. That happens sometimes, no big deal. Just pull it back down and then put it into the right place. Lift up, down diagonally, and then poke it up, and then down diagonally. So I've done 3 basic X's. You could do a few more if you feel more comfortable, but if you feel fine with that, then you turn the shirt to the back where the strings are, and then all I do to finish this off, because I don't want this to unravel again, so I need to tighten it here, I'm going under, I'm creating just like a little tiny stitch there. So all I've done is just create a little tiny stitch underneath where I was. I'm pulling it, but you see how there's like a loop here that's left. I haven't pulled it tight yet, there's just a little loop. I'm going to then put my needle through here so that it kind of creates like a little knot. And then I'm going to do that again. Just going to make a little tiny stitch there, pull it, and before I get to the very end, I'm just going to go through that loop and pull it. That's it. Then you might want to do that 1 or 2 more times just to make sure you have it secure. You can either, if your kit comes with scissors, which this little one I don't think did, then you would use that. If it doesn't come with scissors, you just take your teeth and you just bite right there and that'll come off. I'm not going to bite it on screen. I'm just going to cut that there. I can still save this in my kit if I want to and use it for another time. And other than that, the shirt is done. Ta-da! Super quick and easy. All right, good luck. Bye.